like this is how a black man's supposed to act, or this is how a black woman's supposed to act, and it's just like, oh well, your black card is revoked because you don't do this, or you're black. And for me, it's just like, no disrespect to Americans, but it's just like African Americans are the least black people of black people, in my opinion. Just because it's just like culture wise, if it's just like, oh, black culture, American black culture is completely, I don't want to say completely different, but it's just like, what is it based on? Like, it's pretty much just based on struggles that white people have forced on y'all that y'all just continue to perpetuate, and it gets to a point where it's just like, okay, well, if you don't do this, then you're not black enough. When in reality, like, I speak about this a lot because growing up in Jamaica, our motto is literally out of many one people. Like, it's black people, it's white people, it's Chinese people, it's Italian people, it's all cultures, it's Spanish people. We all speak the same. Yeah. Does that mean that we don't have our specific cultures? No. The Chinese Jamaican is very, very proud of their Chinese culture, but they're also just as proud as of their Jamaican culture. Same thing with white people. Talk just as much as me, but, and it's really no buts, it's really no difference, to be honest. So for me, I feel like the box is placed on everybody. It's just like, okay, just because you're black doesn't mean you have to speak in Ebonics. I know a lot of black people who don't know how to at all. Like really at all. Like, could barely, like, almost, like, would sound like a white person asking, like, oh, what does that mean? And in the same way, I know some white people that sound more Jamaican than a lot of, like, black people who you would see, like, oh, that person looks Jamaican versus that person was just like, oh, no. So definitely feel like within the whole community, because I feel like in the same way how black men are just kind of like, oh, those guys are pretty much just like, oh, like, you know, black women always do this and the third, or they're always like on me and always doing this and the third. In the same way, definitely, like, I feel like it's a lot of black women that are just kind of like, oh, like, he's a nerd, like, oh, like, he not hood enough, like, oh, he not this and the third, or whatever the case may be. But I feel like that also ties into products of your environment.